Okay, let's take a quick look at our store and see how we're doing here. Alright, to take a look at your store, you can just mouse over the online store button, click the little eyeball, and that will show you where we're at. This is the default template that comes with Shopify, of course, and that's where we're at. So what we've got initially is a nice little contact link in the header. That's good. We've got a link to our catalog. That's good. I'll talk a little bit more about these in a bit, but for now, there you go. That's how to preview the shop as it is so far. And now if you are a dropshipper, which is kind of what this course was going to be geared towards, Shopify dropshipping, you will need to install de-essers. Head on over to the apps section of your store and go and search for, well, let's see, here we go, app channels and settings. They changed this around too in like the last month. I like the old version better, but that's okay. To find new apps for your store, go ahead and click on Customize Your Store. That will take us over to the Shopify App Store. And from here we can search for de-essers. This is the replacement for the old Oberlo app, which some of you might be familiar with. This is the one I've been using, works well enough. Go ahead and add the app to your store. And you will be asked if you want to install the app. Yes, you do. Yep, you definitely do. So if you have not got a de-essers account yet, you will go ahead and need to go ahead and create a de-essers account. So go ahead and click sign up. Enter in an email and password. And from there you will be asked which platform you use. Well, this is a Shopify tutorial, so I'm assuming you're going to use Shopify. A little bit confusing. That seems to redirect. Now it's kind of an imperfect app, imperfect in its setup. That does redirect us back to the home page for some mysterious reason. But if you head back to your Shopify store, go to settings, look at your apps and channels, you should see the de-essers installed, even though we did get redirected back to where we started, which is again kind of confusing. Go ahead and click into the de-essers app, and from here you can go ahead and open the app and take a look and see if it's all looking correct and stuff. It will initially ask you if you want to bind the de-essers account to this particular store, and yes we do. And from there, well, it should load up the app. All right. So it's initially asking me if I want to, etc. You're also going to need to link to your AliExpress shop. This is easy. Basically, all you need to do is log into your AliExpress account. So that redirects me to AliExpress, and sorry I missed that screen, but it was just the AliExpress login screen that quickly then hopped me to the login of AliExpress. Now I'm getting this kind of annoying little help me guide. So I will explore freely and learn later. So that's just how you close their kind of silly little help me guide. Anyway, finally, last but not least, we do eventually get to the de-essers app. So that's good. If you see this, if you see your shop name up here, etc., you should be good to go. You should be connected, and that should be okay. If you don't see your store up here at the top, what I had to do actually is I had to just close the window down, and then what I did is I went back to the app channels and I reopened the de-essers app. It's not the most perfect installation implementation. It's kind of Mickey Mouse, but it gets there eventually. And when you head over here and maybe go over to my products, you should see your shop name up at the top. And yeah, that's basically set up. You will also probably want to install the de-essers AliExpress importer. For those of you who may not have done that yet, you can either grab the Chrome extension, or you can actually just kind of maybe a little bit more easily head on over to the import list over here, import or search, and now you can actually paste the URL. Let me show you really quickly how that's done. Let's head over to Ali. Alright, so here we are over in AliExpress. Let's say we like this product here. all you would need to do is go ahead and open the product that you like. Actually, that just opened a sub menu. That's all right. Let's try this one here instead. There we go. So now we're actually actually have the product loaded up. Go up here. You can actually, I guess you guys can't see quite on my screen. Let me adjust that. There we go. Now you can see the URL at the top of the screen. So basically you just copy that. You can head back over into de-essers and you can paste and then search for that particular product. It should load it up after a second. There we go. And if you want to import that to your shop and push to Shopify, that's how you do that. The other way is to, of course, download the de-essers Chrome app. But you know, honestly, I find this a little bit just more simple myself, so I just kind of do it this way. You know what, let's import one item to our shop because we might use that later. I'm going to go ahead and push that to my shop. And I always like to continue selling when out of stock, and that is because oftentimes the AliExpress actual inventory doesn't reflect correctly. AliExpress sellers almost always have inventory, even if the inventory count that's linked up to the shop that you're selling from says otherwise. So basically, continue selling when out of stock. I'm also going to publish to the online store and push to Shopify. That should just take a second. Now once you've done that, you can also head on over to the My Product section to see what you've got there. Now it does appear that, and actually I didn't even notice this before, it does appear that there's a nice little import reviews option from de-essers. Import reviews. I'm going to give that a try here. I think that probably they're going to ask me to, there we go. Okay, they do want Luke product reviews. So you are going to need to actually install the Luke's review app for this, which I actually recommend. Reviews really help your shop to work better. Let's go ahead and add the Luke's app. It is probably the best reviews app available. I use it on all of my shops. So let's just go ahead and quickly install that. Luke's product reviews, in case you didn't get the automatic redirect like I did. Luke's product reviews, we're going to install that. Start my free trial. That's all fine. That's all good. Let's see. Start the 14-day take beginner trial. I'm just going to start with this for now. I don't need anything too fancy yet because I'm just starting the shop. Can always update later. Approve the charge. Yada yada. They love all these little apps. They love getting your money. They really do. There are quite a few things to be set up in regards to Luke. Initially, all we're going to do is follow some of the default options here. When do you want to request your review? Now, if you're dropshipping, you're probably going to want to change this to quite a while later. Dropshipping from AliExpress can take a month, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, something like that. To be safe, I don't know, 42 days, maybe. Something like that should be all right. 42 days. Right? Really depends on how fast your shipping is. Do you want to incentivize customers to purchase more from your shop? Sure, why not? Basically from here, we can just go ahead and click on finish. And we should be pretty good to go for the moment. We might come back to this in a bit. I'm actually going to try this import reviews. Let's see. You know, we'll get back to the review import a little bit later. All right, so let's see what's next. Now we've got Luke's reviews installed. We've got de-essers installed. Well, next up, I think we'll set up the domains. That should be good for this section. Let's continue in the next lecture.